What's up, ladies and gents? My name is Jazzyman. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Minecraft. And, yeah, welcome back. I don't do a lot of Minecraft on the channel for quite some time now, but it's where the channel started, so, always good to come back. A few days ago, I released a poll on the channel asking, hey, it's been since 2017 since I gave you all a tour of my city that I started building back in 2013, 2014. It is now 2022. And y'all haven't seen an update since 2017. Um, and about 80% of y'all, said yes. Well, you either said yes or what? You got a city? Wow. That kind of thing. Those were the options in the poll. So I was like, alright. They said they wanted to see a tour. We'll give them a tour. You might be like, what's this building? Well, this is our new city hall and spawn point. Again, I don't know how I really am planning on doing this. I'm just going to fly around, maybe look at every building. And so this might be very... if I look at every building extensively, it's probably going to be a very, very long stream / video. But, yeah, that's what we're going to do. But I wanted to start off by saying, happy holidays. This is releasing the Saturday before Christmas here in 2022. So, for those in the future, welcome, time travelers. For those watching it as it comes out or live, how y'all doing? But yeah, this is our little city hall spawn point. When you first spawn into the city, now any new players, this is what you see, and then we head outside. Considerably larger than it was in 2017. Here is our city hall. This I did in collaboration with Resolute. As y'all know, a very long time ago I was friends with him. We don't really talk anymore. Kind of just went our own separate ways, but he kind of did the outline, and over time I finished up with some detailing. And then over here, we got what's going to be eventually a subway station that connects different districts of the city. It's just basically an exterior right now. That's one thing. A lot of these buildings are just exteriors because I'm going for an outward look. The insides are getting done slowly over time. Nothing super special. Just cool little. I wanted to go for like a older, I don't know, like 1900s style building with a little bit of modernity thrown in. Just something. And then, I guess we start from back to front. We got a lot that way, so as you can see, we got a bunch of roads in, ready for expansion. I guess one thing I could do for y'all, so it's not just completely quiet, because I generally do audio. Get some Minecraft going. Some Minecraft music. So it's not completely quiet. Alright. So the first thing you might notice, for those that looked at the older update videos back in 2017, there is no longer a farming district right here. It's gone. You can still see where some of it used to be, even though I got rid of it years ago, because this chunk is very rarely loaded, because I'm mainly on that side of the city, way over there. But the first thing you might notice here is Titan Tower. Yep, I built Titan Tower. This is like my third or fourth iteration. I've built something like this on a bunch of different servers. This is my most modern attempt at it. It's got cats and stuff in it. PETA would not be pleased about what's going on down here. There's still an army of cats. Yeah, there's still an army of cats trapped down there. Someone did that. I don't know who. But, yeah, that happened. And we got a little park just chilling out right here. Just underneath the protection of the left side of Titan Tower, or right side, depending on how you look at it, you know what I'm saying? Over here, this building actually was in the last update. Back in 2017, this is just like a... Well, I intended it to be a hospital-style building, but again, I ain't gonna fly inside. No interior, so... Nothing really special there. We got NDH's first skyscraper. You know him, he loves lights. So he's got this thing lit up like crazy. And no interior. But it's got a nice little, like, waterfront outside, which is really nice. Got a big lime green and blue building. Oh, wait, it's got a name. Someone named it. Used Toast Industries. Okay. Cool. Someone that was building on the server claimed it as Used Toast Industries. Cool, cool, cool. And one thing you can see here is the old road design, like what we started with back in 2013, which, in this road design, I want to say went from like 2013 to like 2016, 2017 maybe? And then we switched over to something else. But this is the last like 3 years, basically the 2020s, this road design started coming into play. Basically whenever they added concrete, you know, because this is concrete, and it just looks smoother and cleaner. Oh, this one has a sign too. I mean, same building. I bet it's yeah, Used Toast Industries. Okay, well that's that building. That is cool. Then we got over here. We got a super tall building. I forget this. I built this one, and it was inspired by a building here in downtown Houston. I live in Houston, Texas. I forget which building. Unfortunately, I can't remember the name of it, but I want to say, no, it's not the JP Morgan. Is it the JP Morgan? I don't think it's the JP Morgan. But yeah, big. It's basically like a giant tri-tier. You got the first tier here, kind of weans off that tier, and then the final one there. Head back down this way. We can cover this one. Why not? Let's do them. Alright, so we got this built, which is actually the newest skyscraper. I just built this one like 3 or 4 days ago at the time of the stream. And basically the idea I wanted is I wanted a flat glass building with kind of like billboard panels on the side, but at the same time I wanted to have grass structured on the tiers so that you have like an outside upper, not terrarium's the wrong word, but it's just grass higher up for aesthetic reasons. Got a little interesting roof, at least what I thought was an interesting roof design. So instead of just all these flat roofs you see everywhere, lately I've been experimenting on the skyscrapers with more angles. There's only a couple of them like that, and then yeah, that one's gigantic, but that's just a flat roof. So yeah, this is actually where y'all remember. I'm gonna keep referencing the last update from 2017 because I just watched it to make sure I knew what I was talking about from back then. This was like a kind of treehouse penis style building that used to be here, made out of wood. Yeah, that's gone, and this is what's in its place now. Or no, that was here. Yeah, that was right here. Never mind. Yeah, this building, which again I tried to break up the mold of just square buildings, so I got these stripes on the outside, trying to help break it up, and that's really all that's super special about that. The skyscrapers, you're gonna notice there's nothing super special about a lot of them. They're just kind of there for skyline reasons. And let's see, yeah, here. So this building was inspired. This building was built in between the PS4 and in between the era of the PS4 and the PS5. When the PS5 images were first starting to be leaked, there was one that looked something similar to like this, which honestly is not too far off what the PS5 ended up looking like. So we basically wanted to build a PS5 inspired style building. That's what you got. It's basically just a big glass square with some X's, which Xbox, whatever. Got another just, like a generic oval building here. Definitely older design. You're gonna note a lot of the buildings that are like this, where they're just straight pillars. It was like the early era of the city, so like 2013 to 2018, I want to say. Where this is where my skill was. This is what I thought looked good back then. And this was before I started like watching a lot of videos how to improve my skill, and before I started basing my builds off of either real items or real buildings or stuff like that. Um, Again, anything that looks like this is like that. You see some bus stops, and we started integrating some billboards throughout the city to try to add a bit of realism. Looks like there used to be something, an animal hitched here, but it is since gone. So at this point, yeah, any buildings like this, I'm just going to kind of skip over because there's nothing really special involved. No thought behind them, really. They're just, I mean, this one, it's like that, but this was my first idea of having a central elevator. Again, the elevator never got installed because I finished it and I was like, all right, next building, you know, because I wanted skyline. And then we got this one again, this one. Just like a couple of H's, basically. And then this building is one of the first ones where I started to want to incorporate actual floors. Because with this design, obviously, if you're going to incorporate floors, you're going to see the floors in the windows. It becomes difficult. So here, I started incorporating floors. You got a floor, windows, floor, window, floor, window. And that was my first idea, experimenting with that. And that's what came out to that one. Again, this is another, it's a basic one, just the pillars of glass, but multiple tiers. This is just ugly. Back in the day, we used to joke this is going to be Taco Bell headquarters. But then for some reason, we built it out of glowstone. And it's just kind of ugly, and I don't like it. Again, here's another one. This one, of course, has a corner entrance instead. Nothing super special about that building. We come over here, we got the spire. Essentially, this is just a really big penis. Be real. A really tall, thin, white shaft. And yeah. There you go. That's the spire. Then we got this building, which is based on another building here in downtown Houston. Is this on downtown Houston, or was this one? I think this one might have been San Francisco. But essentially, it's a multi-tiered. Each tier changes a little bit to give it a unique like look, shadowing, and everything. Eventually, leads up to a clock tower on the top. That's what that one is. This one is my take on Wayne Tower. It's not in particular any Wayne Tower, really. It's because there's been a lot of Wayne Towers over the years of DC, and this was just like, okay, if I thought of Wayne Tower, what would I think or envision? And then I took that, made a little rough outline. And then I looked up a bunch of Wayne Towers, kind of fused them together, and this is what I came up with. So, this is actually, I believe, the tallest building in the city, if you actually count the peak of the antenna here. We don't count the spire. We don't count the spire. But we just look out over the city, and it's gorgeous. Alright. Here we have a little, again, experimenting with floors. This is where I started to realize the problem with this design. You can see the floors in the windows. So yeah, we ran into that issue. For anyone who watched Phoenix and Ferb, this is Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. This is not actually my design. Me and a buddy built this. He found another creator on YouTube. I wish I knew the name. I really did. This was built like 4 or 5 years ago on the server. Um, and yeah, this is his design. We basically just followed it and planted it here. So I'm not taking credit for this at all. Um, but it looks cool. Here we've got another smaller style apartment building. Again, and this, as you can see, it's getting a bit more intricate. We're breaking up the floors more evenly. It's not just all glass. We're adding like detailing and decorations and different levels of plane. You know, it's not just all one. Like the walls are indented. You know, it's growth. Here is a helix. Again, this is another YouTube building that I found. Again, don't know the creator. Been years. And yeah, it's cool looking. Up close, it doesn't look as cool. When you get further away, it looks better. That's another little filler. If y'all remember Resolute, this was his project at the last update. He was building his multi-building, really, little office complex, and it's gorgeous. It is a gorgeous piece of art, and it's one of the few buildings that has an interior. Millennium Bank Tower. I believe this is based on a real building. Yeah, has an interior, has workers, got employees in here working away, and looks good. I believe we actually have an upstairs. Well, the floors are in. They're just not. They're not all furnished. Whoop. More bus stops, more billboards. Of course, this is the first skyscraper. Again, these are just filler, so I'm skipping them. Again, this was our light design that we thought about incorporating on every intersection. Just really haven't. And of course, street lights and everything. But here we go. The very first skyscraper to be built on the server, which at the time actually was built to world height. It was like very short of world height at the time. So you can see with the buildings around it how world height has changed, and they've upgraded the world height since then. But again, this is where we took the floor concept, and the reason this was more detailed than, say, what I'm calling filler buildings is this is a multi-group project, so rather than just trying to throw up a building fast, we had like 8 people building this. So we were like, okay, let's put a bit more detail into it. And I believe, like, if you look on this side, you see the staring all the way up the side, and on this side, I believe it's flat. No, we actually did finish it. Oh, okay. I thought I never did. I haven't really come back to this building in a while, and I believe some of these rooms are actually furnished. Maybe it's on this side. Yeah. So this is what all the rooms were going to look like inside here, because this was going to be like a hotel. Chests are separated since the updates. And this one does have an interior as well. Has a little lobby. Nice and pretty. Alright. Filler building. Filler building. This one was John's latest, or John, I keep saying calling him John. Resolute. This was his last project before we parted ways. This is his Phoenix Plaza, and the basic idea was it was a building that has a smaller entrance, but then you went up an elevator into the main lobby, kind of thing, and then from there you went up even further to the different floors. Looks cool. I don't know if he actually ever finished it. From what I could tell, it's not finished. Nowhere near, but it looks cool. Another filler building here, multi-tier. This was, again, his second project, which at the time was the biggest building on the server, and it's absolutely gorgeous. The Grand Resolute International, this was to be a hotel as well. You could see the central elevator system we had designed. was going to be a lot better than my first take on it over there. He was a lot better builder back then. Probably still is. You know, we've both probably grown. If he still plays the game, no idea. I haven't talked to the dude in like, God, 6, 7 years. Yeah, giant, intricate. You can see the internals through the glass, and it goes all the way up. And at the top, oh yeah, we have drones flying around too, because we thought that'd be a neat little thing. You've got the two little balconies, basically. That's what I'm going to call them. And then a helipad. Boop. Big old helipad right on top. Filler building, filler building, filler building, filler building, filler building. This one's not a filler building. This one, again, I can't remember the name. It sucks. Maybe I marked it. Maybe it's at the bottom. I tend to mark stuff at the bottom. But this is, again, from downtown Houston. At least inspired by... Where's the door? Did I not put a door on this building? I didn't put a door on this building. Wow. Okay. Well. Yep. There's that. And that is pretty much downtown. Now we're going to kind of split off into the side areas around it. Oh yeah, and I added these things for those that... I don't know if these buildings were in the last update. I can't remember exactly. These are basically where you can cross over. Do they match these two buildings at all? No, but I wanted them, so I put them in. So now we're going to head over here to... Yep, we'll start here. We'll get to the little mansion area over there. So these buildings I'm about to show you all came up this year. In the past few months, actually. So this was my idea of where I wanted to start doing more, like I want to say New York style. And when I say that, I don't mean like New York architecture style. I mean where you have these larger buildings, but on the bottom is like commercial style, like you'd have shops or restaurants or clothing items and stuff like that. And then on the top, these upper floors would be residential, right? These would be apartments or condos or whatever. So I wanted to do more buildings styled like that. So I basically looked that up, and there was a lot of them that were based in New York. So that's why I say New York style. I don't know if it originated there, whatever. That's just what I'm claiming as it is. That's what inspired this kind of building here. And then here we go over here. Let's go back here. This building right here, let's be real. This is a filler building. This long building is all the same thing. This is actually just one big filler building. Because when we put these roads in behind the mansions, there wasn't a lot of space for an actual building, so I needed something to fill the space so it wasn't just grass. So I was like, okay, one giant apartment block. So in reality, this is just one big, pretty detailed filler building. See, my filler buildings are getting a bit more detailed than just vertical lines. But yeah, each one is just nothing. And this is where I did another overpass. I've been falling in love with overpasses, so I expect to do a few more of those in the future. In the last update, the only buildings that were here that I classified as mansions, which is giant plot buildings with at least 2+ floors. This is essentially what I classified as a mansion. We got Nick's Casino, which we called the Pyramid. Obviously, we got my mansion, which nothing has changed to those, but we got 4 new ones. We got this one, which again is a YouTube creator building. Not mine. Don't take credit for it whatsoever. I don't remember his name. Apologize. It's been years. And yeah, nothing really special. There's no real interior. What I like about this one though is you can go in up top rather than right at the bottom, which I thought was cool. This is the newest mansion in the district. I built this one a few weeks ago, actually. It's just basically a gigantic arched house. Yeah, that's it. Yep. These next two here, there wasn't really a theme behind them. I just wanted something that looked different. So this one, I wanted like a modern take. This was when we got the newer, I want to say, the different marble blocks. When we finally got marble introduced and everything, or quartz. I think both quartz had marble when we got them. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Okay. It's a very old building. Quartz. It is quartz. Yeah, okay. I don't think we actually got marble. I don't think we got marble in the game. I'm thinking modded, ain't I? I am, yeah. So quartz. Quartz blocks. When they first got the different style of quartz blocks introduced, I just wanted to build something with them. So I made this. You go in, 2 separate sides, staircase, either side you got more rooms. Pretty simple. In design, over here is when I first got these purple blocks, the purple blocks. Maybe here, wouldn't they? No. Here, maybe? Yeah, here. Purple blocks, yeah. And I wanted to build something there, and I wanted pillars, because I was into pillars at the time. And this, honestly, it's not the nicest house. But it's what I wanted at the time, so I built it. You might be asking, do I look back on some of these older builds and wish they were better? Yes, I absolutely do, because I am better from where I was back in 2013, 2014. But yeah, here we are. Here we've got some, what are these black ones called? I can never remember what half these blocks are called, because I don't play survival. I just build. It's a deep slate and in stone. This building was, it's because those blocks came out and I wanted to build with them. And I thought they paired nicely together. Building's kind of small, just kind of basically an oval. Is it the nicest thing? No, but it's there. Now, let's head over here. This building was inspired by a building in... It's... How do you... Downtown... It's not Abu Dhabi. What's the other one? It's not Abu Dhabi. Dubai. There's a building like this in downtown Dubai. And I was like, this looks cool. So I wanted to build something similar to it where it had the different shaped windows went all the way up the side. You have the, obviously I couldn't get the indentations correct because the limitations of Minecraft, but it had these cool like engravings on the side going up the side of the windows, this upper balcony. I thought it was really awesome, and I wanted to do something similar to that in Minecraft, so that's where I got this. This building is actually, I took the inspiration from this from a older video game. Was an older Metal Gear Solid game. Where they had a building like this, and I was like, that's cool. Little balcony here. Basically it was like a Middle Eastern building. I don't know if that's accurate at all, but that's what it was in the game. We were in the Middle East, and yeah, got this. Showed you the stadium. The 2 stadiums are still here. Nothing's changed. Got our Spleef Arena and the Mob Wars Arena. Yep. Now this one, I used to build, and you might be asking, why'd you build 2 identical buildings? Because I wanted the look of when you see some of these like racing movies or action movie style things where they go down these streets and it's just pretty much identical buildings all the way down the side. So it just like identical buildings all the way down, and then I just wanted that look somewhere in the city. So these are basically just 2 apartment buildings that are identical and across from each other, just so I can get this look where it's just identical buildings all the way down. Over here, we've got like a commercial style. Again, you can tell almost filler building because of the way it is. But it's got these like signs on the side. So it's like an entertainment style commercial building, whatever. This is a bank. This was actually inspired by a bank we have here in Houston called Shell Federal Credit Union. I like the look of the bank. So I was like, I want to build my version of it in Minecraft. So this is that. This one right here is just supposed to be like a mall supercenter style building where you'd have like different hallways that lead to a bunch of different stores inside. It's rather small for an actual mall, but that was my idea at the time. Over here, we've got a little gas station. We'll get to that in a minute. And as y'all might remember, the very first building we ever built on this server was all the way over here. Got a long flight to get to it. Right here. The very first building ever. The original spawn point for this world when we logged in was right around right here. Very first thing we built, gas station. Why? No idea. We built a gas station. Well, the city's got a lot bigger since then. To sustain itself, you'd probably need more gas, so I built another gas station. All the way over here is quite a bigger one. Same premise on the pumps, though. The pumps are pretty much identical. Design, I believe. No, they use tripwires instead of levers. But yeah, giant little gas station area. A small little store inside. Now, we got head. We got big ol' HEB. Anyone that lives here in the state of Texas, you know about HEB. And you know how much we love HEB. So I couldn't live with myself without building my own HEB here in Minecraft. So I did. I built a giant HEB. Not giant, honestly, but it's a pretty nice size HEB. Nothing inside except for whatever ritual stuff's happened over there. And one day I logged on to some of my friends, and I was like, "What are you guys doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm inside the HEB." I'm like, "Doing what?" He's like, "Doing stuff." And I come in here, he's got villagers and a whole bunch of stuff spawned. And I'm like, "What kind of ritual stuff are you doing?" He's like, "I don't know." He was torturing villagers in my HEB. This isn't Whole Foods. No torture allowed. Jesus. Now, moving along, we got a Chipotle. This is essentially supposed to be a Chipotle. Again, just no inside. Just looks pretty on the outside. And then here we got what's supposed to be a Pokemart. I forget which gen Pokemart I was going for here. I think this is like Gen 3 from the games. So not red and blue. Not Sapphire. I forget. I can't remember. But yeah, that gen Pokemart. We got a newer style McDonald's. Got the big glowing M that if we turn it to nighttime here. Which you can tell is actually newer because it's using these, what do you call them? What blocks are these? These blocks. The, verdant. Or frog lights. Got that big yellow M going. Beautiful. Over here, we basically just got a strip center. Obviously, got a parking lot, bunch of different little stores in it. And yeah, that was the idea behind that one. Let's see, what do we got? We got a little church here. A smaller little, like, modern style church. I guess I could show off the actual front a little bit more. Got your stained glass windows, which I don't know if modern churches actually still have stained glass windows, but when I think church or cathedral, I think stained glass window. I don't know. I don't go to church, so I have no idea what's realistic and what's not when it comes to modern churches, but when I think church/cathedral, I think stained glass windows. Over here, we got a Wendy's. Don't ask what this is supposed to be. I have no idea. The guy that put this in was just like, yeah, lighting. And I was like, alright, bet. I was working on the outside. Alright, then we got a little, like, alley here with basketball spaces. We got a place for the hobos to live. You know, we got... there's one living here. See, you get the premise. Got our dumpsters. You know, they live in their best life. And then here, we got basically like a, music store. Slash, like... Was it a music store or a theater? I want to go based on a length. It was supposed to be a theater. Like you come here and see like movies or something. Yeah, I think that's what it was supposed to be, a theater. Or like some kind of like hall or something where you come and listen to live music or watch movies. I forget exactly. Got a residential style apartment building here. Same here, but this one's a corner building. Different designs. This is my attempt at a in Minecraft Starbucks. Used all the fancy dark blocks. You know, when you go inside a Starbucks, it's kind of like extra bougie. You got the, rather than being super bright and vibrant like whites and stuff like that, you got the darker colors. Like again, the oranges, the tanner browns, the darker blacks, the grays. Makes you feel like you're at a higher end establishment than it actually is. There you go. Now, I don't know about y'all where y'all are from, but here in Texas, you go, at least here in Houston, the closer you get to downtown, it's like every 3 or 4 blocks you see one of these small little stall buildings like this. This is basically where it's like, do your taxes or bail bonds or something like that, right? Well, I wanted one of those in there. Mainly just to fill this spot. So that's what that became. Here we just got a couple of Minecraft statues, because this is Minecraft, so we're gonna have some fun every once in a while. Got a cool little house here, and again, just empty. It's a cooler, like, again, this, I don't classify these as mansions because they are smaller plots. They're not gigantic plots like those over there. And yes, that smaller building that's over there, I would now classify as over here, but at the time, yeah, it was bigger than everything else. I got another one here. Again, obviously deep slate and concrete. I wanted to basically do a homage to an old friend of mine on a different server where he loved doing yellow and black houses. So I did that. Here was just someone else's build, but it was simple. Basically, my rules are: if you build on my server, just don't build a square, right? So he's like, you don't want a square? Fine, here's a square with squares. And I was like, you know what? I accept. It's a square with squares. Nothing special about that. We got Central Park. Central Park will start at this end. Basically, you just walk through. Got this beautiful little walkway. Hello, parrot. Of trees, and it's beautiful. Nice walk through nature. And then as you get to the end of that, we got our pond, which I literally just blew up a bunch of TNT, and this is what came out. And I filled it with water. Walk around. You got boats out there where villagers can go, you know, boat around. Got a truck. Got a hot dog stand here. Want some hot dogs while at Central Park. Got some beautiful trees, which got some beehives, I believe, in there somewhere. Some bonfires. It's a nice little Central Park inside this gigantic concrete jungle. Alright. More birds. Now we get here. And we've basically got a giant Warner Brothers water tower. Thought that'd be cool to add in. Got an elevated style house here. Basically, you park underneath your house, then you go in. There's a bench there for some reason. Don't ask. I don't know what I was thinking either. Here we got basically like a CVS or a Walgreens. This one actually has an interior. Got your shelving where you do all that. You got your fridge or frozen section back here. Open the doors, grab yourself something. Go back up to the front. Beep, beep, beep. Take your money. You give the money. They put it in. You get your stuff. And you get out. And then if you're like, instead, you want to be like, I'm going to take this and go this way. Well, that sucks. It's right across the street's a police station. No fun for you. Got a police station. Got your garage. jail cell, office area, and helipad. Couple of houses here. This one, just again, it's a rectangle with some extra on it, so cool. This one's more of a what I consider a modern style house, where it's like you got the hanging parts and it's more modular. It's less, well, like this, for instance. It's less colonial. I would say just more colonial or Midwestern versus more modular, which is what this looks like. And then here, well, I basically described this house: colonial, older style, more traditional. What do you think house? You think something with this kind of roofing style. And here's another take on modern: is you literally, this isn't exactly a roof at this point. You got rain that comes from this way. You're getting wet, but yeah, it's different style on a modern take. You got 2 floors. You got your bottom entrance here, your back entrance back here. Just go in, boom. Not super spacious. Again, it's super small, like a modular style, more like compact housing. This is one of NDH's projects. I know that for sure. He wanted to build another modern style house. Well, we could have, like, through an era of wanting modern style houses, as you can see in this little block here. I'll talk about that. Just it's a square with extra. Yeah, it's a multi-floored, basically snakes its way up, got a waterfall, and it's actually really nice. Has a really nice view of the rest of the neighborhood into the city. Best part about this house, you don't gotta pay for tickets to watch your Spleef game. You know what I'm saying? You just watch from here. Here we go, another modular style, like compact living style house. Nothing special about that one. We call this the chicken coop. Why? You ever seen a chicken coop? Oh, there you go. This was supposed to be like a Mexican restaurant. It got called La Gringa. Yeah, I like the edges on the roofing. I believe this was actually my input. I believe I was like, hey, do something like this, and then it happened. All the way around. Well, yeah, looks good. Got a little outdoor seating, indoor seating. You gotta love it. Again, more modern take on a modular housing. I thought there was no window there for a second. I was like, what? Alright, and then here, I'm going to be honest, I don't remember anything about this house, but it has floors. That's floors. That's staircase. Someone did something inside. Not a lot. I don't remember if I built this or someone else built this. I don't... house. This one, another, like, I don't know, really. I don't remember a lot about this house either. But, got a little balcony. Not a balcony, a porch. This is a porch. Go inside. Ladders, okay. Ladders up to the second floor. There you go. Kind of it. Look right into your neighbor's house. Hi, neighbor. Don't be a creep now. Don't be peeking at your neighbors. That's just weird. Do that from your porch. Hi, neighbor. This is just a cube. Oh, okay. Back here. Cool. So, back entrance. There's a chest. What's in it? What's in it? Crossbow. Arrow of harming. Bees. And more chest. Okay. Cool. Alright, bet. I like it. This right here was, this is what kind of started the whole modern house craze on the server. Is I found this building, again, on YouTube. Again, don't know the creator's name. But hey, if you find them, any of these creators you find for these buildings where I mentioned these are creator builds, please put their links or channel names in the comments down below. Or say them out in chat. That way I could properly give them thanks in like the description or pin the comment or something like that. So if someone wants to look at how to build these particular builds, I would love to do that. I would, because I love them. They're great. And absolutely gorgeous. I don't do a lot of YouTuber stuff anymore where I look up YouTube houses, so it's been years. I've just been kind of evolving my own skill, and yeah. Alright, so here we got one of John's houses, Resolute, which I have now dubbed the bee house. I filled it with bees. It wasn't a good falling out. So yeah, his house is now filled with bees. Does it have an interior? Yeah. Bees. There you go. I believe this was my first take on a modern style house similar to that one. I made it a little bit smaller, added a pool. You enter from up top, come down. You got yourself a Harry Potter under the staircase room. Which you could, there's some air leakage. But there's that. Over here, nothing special. I don't remember anything about this house either. Oh, it has a garage, and there's horses back. There's a bee in here. And then this is like a flatter, single-story, modern style house. When I say modern style, it uses the same blocks as these, just in that format. Here, we got my first, what I claim to be where I lived on the server. This was like my first one. I have since been evicted. I might be the lord of this server, but does not mean I own the politics, and I have been kicked out. I owe a freedom fee and dead ass. Oh, man. Basically, this freedom fee, it was a knock on anyone who lives here in the U.S., you know, like there's certain things on your taxes that don't exactly make sense, where it's like $5.99 for this, whatever, like stuff like that, which normally you don't have to pay back. I mean, you pay it back through your taxes, but it's just weird that it comes out. So it's like we don't know what that $5.99 is. It's a $5.99 freedom fee. That's how much you got to pay yearly to be free. That's essentially what that was. But here was my old kitchen. My cakes have been eaten. How wooed. Dining area. Books. Enchanting area. Potion area / bathroom. And bedroom. Which is honestly the nicest bedroom on the server still. A lot of stuff in these chests. Just a lot of stuff in this chest too. Oh man. Good old days. Got my farm. This is back before pains were a thing. Oh man. And then we'll just wrap this building up. We got my garage / barn. Most of the horses have despawned, but the only one that's left is my 70s Charger, which is the only one I need. That's all I need, 70s Charger. This is our paintball field. Basically, paintball in Minecraft, the way we used to play it, is you get a bow and arrow, and yeah, got 2 teams, red and blue. First to eliminate both sides, one of the sides. We have a little bakery here, which is based off one of my old friends, Aurelia, from a long time ago. She was in the same group as Resolute. She now, in real life, owns a bakery, and it was always her dream to own a bakery called Blissful Confections. That's what she wanted. She now owns it. Not only that, she's a graduated med student. She's done great for herself. If you're watching this, Aurelia, you're still awesome. But, yeah, we built this in honor of her dream. She loved it too because purple's her favorite color. She was like, "This is awesome." Move over to her older brother, Umberto, who was Euro Banks, if y'all remember him. This is his office building, which this is what we thought was a big office building back in the day. Oh, man. Again, just a big square. And sticking with the family lineage, we go next door to, I can't remember her name, but it was their little sister. She was only like 3 or 4 at the time. But we built her a pet shop. Brianna. Oh, look at that! We put the name on the building. Pet shop. There's cats running around in here. These animals have been trapped in these cages for almost a decade with no food, no water. Peter would be so upset. Oh, yeah. Little pet shop. Over here, we got a nice... Oh, we got a pool. I think I showed this in the last one. 3 diving boards, showers. Since then, I've added this little step. Just realistic to get out of the pool. Got a house here. Nice bit. Wait, how do you actually get upstairs? Oh. It's been a while since I've been in some of these houses. Balcony. Cool. Fire station with the bells and a jack-o'-lantern. Got bells. I'm sorry if that hurt your ears. That hurt mine a little bit. But nice inside. This is where the big woo-woo trucks would go. The wambulances, your big red siren trucks. Yeah, let's go this way. I didn't even show off this street at all. I just kind of skipped it. Here, another YouTuber design. It's a cool, like, little greenhouse style thing. You got plants all the way around it. On the inside, looks freaking epic. This is just awesome looking on the inside. And, I thought it was really awesome, so I built it. Well, I watched the video and built it alongside it. No, this is my first take on a larger style of the modular modern house. Turns out I didn't like them this big, so I didn't really make them again. And then I wanted like a... What if a barn was a house? There you go. Barn house. Over here we got like just a basic little arch roof. Like a basic house you'd see in a regular old modern neighborhood. That's what you get. Next door we got Panda House. Cool little concept. You got an off-centered second floor with an elevated kind of roof that we have filled with pandas. Because pandas came out and we wanted a place for them to live. So they are now trapped in there. Oh yeah, it's elevated little front porch. Cool. We got a nice big cathedral style church. This was my build. And I thought it'd be nice to have a larger cathedral style church. These are all Christian churches, by the way. Christian, Catholic, whatever they are. I'm not either, but you know, what do you look at all these famous cities throughout history? They always have these giant cathedrals or mosques or just holy buildings, and I wanted to have that in my city. I'm probably gonna eventually build more. These are more Western style. The 2 churches I have are more Western style churches, not so much Eastern style or Middle East or anything like that. And I want to do more of those in the future. Because I want the city to have a good collection of like different styles of building, just to be unique, you know. And then nice little stained glass. Like for instance, that building you saw over there near the Mansion District, where it was from Dubai, it's more Middle East. I've got a few more buildings over here that are more Middle Eastern, or just that area. I don't know. Geography is not my strong suit. We'll get into this entire strip in its own block. We're gonna finish up the neighborhood here. Another elevated little house. You got the underside. Got a little garage, workshop, whatever you want to call it. Then you got an upper floor. Boop, boop. Cool. We got this bright red brick house when these first came out. And why I did the different colored stained glass, I have no idea. We did it. I did it, specifically. This one, campfires first came out. I was like, fire park. We're doing a fire park. So, yeah, we got a fire park. Just basically giant hibachis. This one right here, another YouTuber creator house. Yep, you know the drill. We've been over it a million times. Looks awesome. Alright, here we got our elementary school, which was in the last update. That hasn't changed literally at all, except we got a name for it now. This is now Mac-A-Roni Elementary School. Because macaroni. We have our clinic. Oh, I guess someone's not feeling well. Had to cut in line. Got our lobby. Teller area. And then back here we got like 4 sections of these rooms. There's 2 per, so 8 rooms, and they all look identical. There you go. Y'all, we're already an hour in, and we're only about, maybe about halfway. So this was the first street, right? Right. Gas station down there? Yeah, gas station's right there. The first street. Our first restaurant, virtual soccer house. It had no tacos, because Minecraft doesn't have tacos. It had a drive-through. Oh, we're gonna skip past that. Pay here. Pick up your order here. Move on. Very basic house. I believe this is the one that actually has an interior balcony. So I thought that was interesting. These houses are going to look very kind of ugly, because they were very early on. These are some of the first things we built before we had any real skill. But they have interiors. So they got that going for them. This one's actually got trees outside. You'll notice there's a lot less trees in the newer stuff. Don't know why. Just kind of faded out of existence here. This one really ugly. It's just a big L, literally. But I love it. It's history. This one looks pretty decent. Gas station. Then we go here. This is Nick's design. Basically a big U. You enter through the garage, loop around, come in. This is when they added the Prismarine. Just a big old blue block. Another 2-tier block style house. I believe this is when they first added the big nether expansion and they had to give us the new nether blocks. Is there stuff in here? Potion of farming. God, all these chests are filled with things to kill people. Got a nice little angular, it's angular, like it's a square house, but it's got these little nobulars on the side. Multi-story, looks cool. Here we got another modern style house with a twist though. This one, you have entrance here, but of course you got the garage down here, which is on a separate level. So, yeah, thought that was interesting. Got another restaurant here. Just a big old building, call it the Smokehouse. Supposed to be a barbecue place, obviously, or a smokehouse. Got J&N Diner, Jazzy and NDH, basically. Obviously, my color was red. At the time, my favorite color is red. It's since moved to purple. His is blue, but at the time, red, blue make purple. So, that's the logo. But my favorite color is now changed to purple. As you can see, everything is red, blue, and purple. Got another little cute little place to live. Got an interior. This is actually a newer one. When I say newer, probably about 3 years old. And, yeah. And some of you might be asking at this point, you've been building this since 2013, you should probably have a lot more done. You're right. If I was building on this every single day for a considerable amount of time for the last year, that many years, there would be a lot more done. I don't. I take breaks on Minecraft every... Like, I'll play it for 2 or 3 weeks, then I take 3 or 4 months off. Then I come back, do it 2 or 3 weeks, and, you know, move on. This one, I wanted to try a unique roof design. Basically like the 3 pillars. On the inside, gave it a unique look. I'm going to stick with unique. I'm not going to call it good or bad. Here we got another like I won't want to say modern style home. Sorry if I'm yawning, it's really late. But it's definitely got... She's sleeping. Really long roof. This house was built by Lone. If y'all remember way back on the channel, back in like 2011, 2012, old Lucas Lone Wolf built this house. And haven't spoken to him in, God, I must have like 5-6 years as well. We didn't have a falling out, a bad one like me and Resolute did. He joined the military, and then when he got back, he started a family, now has 5 kids, with 3 different women. I still keep in touch with the dude. He is awesome, but too busy to play video games nowadays. I miss him. Alright, let's move over here to our newest block. As you can see, this is part of the newer expansion. We'll start here. Another, like, I want to call colonial Midwestern style house, where you basically just got the arch roof. It's the same all the way down. A little balcony. Done. This is more modern style modular house again. You go in through the side here. Is it here? Or is it here? Here. Enter back there. You go up. You got this. Park underneath. Simple. This house right here, I was bored. So I want you to take a real close look. Alright. So we got the front. You got this, which goes all the way around. Then you got a long front. That's got a rounded tip. Then you come back down. You got a round section down here. It's a penis. Alright, the base of this house is a penis. It's a penis that I then put a roof on. Alright, I was bored. And here we got like a, I want to say like a, it was supposed to be a, it was a court building that inspired this, but I turned it in, I was like, nope, this is a house now. Yep. On this side, we've got another, what we consider modern style. You got the multiple arches, they all connect. This one's a bit wider. This one right here is another YouTuber style house. This one, yeah, kind of newer. It's not identical because I took a lot of liberal changes at this point and made some changes, or not liberal changes, creative, whatever you want to call it. It's not identical to the one in the video, but the rough outline is. So, there you go. This one, how many of y'all watched Pokemon when it first came out? The OG Pokemon with Fat Pikachu. This is Ash's house. From that, I wanted it, so I built it. This right here is my take on a modern house. This was actually the most recent house on the server. My niece was like, I want a house. My little niece, little Sabrina, she's like 5 or 6 now. And, or she might be 4. I don't know. I'm bad at time. She said, I want a house. I was like, alright, go on Google and pick out a house. Because that's my thing now. Is like, whenever I build something on here, it's based on a real building now. So it's like, I go to Google Images, type in house. And she's like, I want this one. So I did my best to recreate it. So, there it is. This plot here has been reserved by NDH. And he's going to build something there. Alright, let's head on over here. This is basically another little apartment complex with a parking lot. Simple as that. We got another little diner here. Kind of an older style diner. We just a square. You got the colorful roof, the sign. Yep. Multi-tier office building. Something you might see straight out of Software Inc. If y'all remember that series from back in the day, I used to build buildings like this. Another little office building. Okay. Just big office building. Apartment complex, essentially. But this one has the cool feature where Rather than it being on the outside, the doors are underneath the balcony, and you get up their stairs somewhere. Somewhere, right? I put stairs in, right? I didn't. I didn't. Oh well. Um. Oh. Apartment building. Again, another one. Office building. Office building. Filler office building, in case you can't tell. Another filler office building. I just wanted to fill the space. I was tired of it being empty, so I just, yeah. Apartment building. Looks good. This, again, was inspired by a building in downtown Houston, although it's not the actual building this is, inspired by is a full-size skyscraper. What I basically did is I took the base of that, cut the top of it off, and that's what's left. Because I thought the base looked cool. Over here, this building is inspired by a building in Pasadena, Texas. It's like the Grand Central Bank of Pasadena, Texas, or whatever. It's cool. This one is the Cerulean Gym. Now, is this Cerulean? I want to say it's the Cerulean Gym from Pokemon. Gen 1. Cerulean City Gym. This building is inspired by a city hall building in God, what's the name of that country? Starts with a B. Not Belgium. So it's somewhere in the Middle East, Asian area. Man, oh my goodness, I can't think of the name. But this is the city hall from it. Again, you can see where I'm trying to get more like more cultured buildings rather than just Western style buildings in here. Over here, we got the Vermilion City Gym, the Electric Gym, Lieutenant Surge and his Raichu. Yeah, I went on a Pokemon kick there, y'all. Got our high school. This is based off of Dobie's 9th grade center. I actually live very close to that, and I thought it was a unique look for a high school, so I built it. That's pretty much it for this section of the city. Now we fly over here to what was actually at the time, back on the PS3 or PS4, was going to be a second city separate from this one, because back then the render distance was very small. You couldn't see this city from this city. Well, now on the Xbox Series consoles and the PS5, you can. So eventually, it's just like another district. They'll eventually connect. And got a little... This is supposed to be like a rest stop in between a little restaurant. But obviously now it's just going to get folded in to the fold at some point. But over here, we have another multi-stage office building, Jazzy Global Headquarters. This is straight out of Software Inc. This is one of the buildings I built in Software Inc. for the company. I think it was like Season 2 I did a building like this. And I was like, I want to rebuild it, so I did. Got a couple little apartment buildings here. Very basic. Got a little league stadium. Old school Mickey D's. Not super old school, but 90s, early 2000s. We got a Gen 5 Pokemon Center. A little pet shop, which I kind of modeled after like a Walgreens or something. Another little apartment building. If you might notice, this front section is somewhat inspired that super long filler apartment building you see on the other side. We'll get into that rail system last. Over here is what was going to be the mansion district of this city. So these two right here are YouTube creator builds. Again, you know the names or videos, please put them in the description. Got this little modern style one, and then you got this big one here. Why I built it all the way back there instead of up here was because this road didn't exist when I built that. That's simple. And then this was my modern take on a new mansion. And where, in the lore of the city, this is where I live now. So I have to drive all the way over there to work in that city. But yeah. We come over here. You got my little vehicle section. I've actually labeled them all. This is my M1A2 Abrams, or my attempt at one. Looks pretty awesome. Smart car. Town car. Drone. I actually found this on, was it Etsy or Pinterest? Something like Pinterest. I think it was Pinterest. I found this on. Food truck. Formula One car. This was actually done by Resolute. That was his design. School bus. Route 1. My pirate ship. I have done probably 20 or 30 trade/pirate ships. I love them. This is my newest iteration. I should probably do another one parking beside it. It would be awesome. But that's that one. This is, I believe it's my Colorado class. Ohio class nuclear sub. The USS Butt Scratch. Basically, I was like, I built the ship. What if I did a submarine? Because I like submarines, I really do. So, I saw a bunch of builds for submarines. Like, if you just Google Minecraft submarine. Saw a bunch of them on Google Images back in the day. And I basically took some of that inspiration, plus what a real submarine looked like, and I built this. And she looks pretty cool. Got like the nuclear hubs open, or whatever you call them, missile hubs. Yeah, got a little prop on the back. It is awesome and gigantic. Over here, we have what was, it still is, another YouTube content creator where I was going to build a space shuttle. Obviously, this build is gigantic. I never finished it because I took a break, and I was never able to find the video again to finish it. So yeah, we just got like the first stage of the boosters. Up here, if y'all remember Viper Jet from way back in the day with Resolute and them, he started building this, what was going to be a Star Wars style hammerhead. Never got finished. And then down here, we have what is going to be an airport. And, yeah. Just a big old airport. Got the terminals in the back and everything. I guess to wrap it up, we go to this, what you see, subway station. Which currently connects to the other city. So you start here, and then this is an above ground subway station. On the other side, you notice you didn't see any above ground. That's because it's completely underground. It's a long road. Very long rail system. You notice this is here. You might be asking why. Well, one day we were down here building this. NDH went AFK. And he was there for hours. And in memorial of that, we put this here. That simple. Oh, this is my secret underground base. Essentially, storage. This is our kitchen down here. Because the whole goal was one day we were going to build this giant city and then put it in survival mode. For some reason, So that's why I built this. I guess let's start here. Oh, got like our nether area down here. Potions, enchanting room, my bedroom, another nether portal. Essentially what that is. Hold on. And then back here. This is basically my underground farming area. So this is where we go down if I wanted to build more farms. Other than that, nothing there. Wheat farm. Potato farm. Carrot farm. That's basically that. Alright, continue this way. At least I hope it's this way. Yeah, it is. To the underground section here. Welcome back to the capital city. And it comes out right next to here. So that's pretty much it, ladies and gents. It is quite a bit more been built since the since 2017, man. When I watched that video back and I saw the difference, I was amazed. I was like, wow. We've done a lot over the years. A lot of people have built on this server. Like probably 30 to 40 people. Different people have helped me work on this server at any given time. And there's only like 2 or 3 that still contribute. Like me, NDH, and occasionally some other people y'all have never met. But yeah, this is my city. I'll continue adding buildings here and there. But, ladies and gents, happy holidays. And hopefully this is what you wanted when you said yes to the tour. Nice long hour and 20-minute video. I love y'all. Y'all are awesome. Appreciate you being here. Hope you enjoy your holidays. If you're a student, hope you enjoy your holiday break. If you're working, sucks to suck. Work in education like me. I get the holidays off. Hee hee. But yeah, ladies and gents, y'all are awesome. Thank you for everything over these past few years. At this time last year, we were at like maybe 80 subs. Now we're at over 550. It's amazing. If we continue that growth pattern, we'll be, man, let's say that's five. Let's even it out at 100, right? 100 and 500. That's 5 times growth. 5 times this is 2,500 next year. Y'all, I look forward to hanging out with y'all again in the future. Y'all are awesome. I keep saying y'all a lot. I can't express how much I appreciate y'all. Y'all are awesome. Make sure to check out on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. Jazzyman Gaming across the board, as always. And I mean always. Stay jazzy.